All right, now I'm gonna end with another song that we recorded. The Fugs recorded. I dreamed of a bomb 7 foot tall that crushed the bourgeoisie to the cross. He kissed me in the maple shot square and then walked on. Spartacus! You all know Spartacus, right? The leader of the slave rebellion. Spartacus in Rome. You remember Rome. Remember, it's repeating itself here. Spartacus, my tortured brother, if I should find you bussing crockery out of Bickford's. That was a fast food chain. Or sunk beneath the 6th Avenue L that ran in the village. Or sunk beneath the 6th Avenue L. Where, elevated train, where it curves West 3rd Street into the 20s, the pillared zebra bold upon your white-haired chest. Now, for all you antiquarians who are going to read this 5,000 years from now, the elevated trains were held on up on steel poles that had crisscrossed. They weren't solid. They had little beams running, and when the sun was on them, they had sort of a zebra kind of stripe. Where it curves West 3rd Street into the 20s, the pillared zebra bold upon your white-haired chest. Give me a signal by your delusions, hallucinate Rome, the centurions in trouble. Yeah, they were the palace guard, the emperor's guard, the centurions in trouble. They cast a flame in your antique face and wrestle your eyes for tomorrow's longing, while bread and roses rot in the streets, and lovers prepare their ecstatic excuses. I shall walk to the Battery, now not tomorrow. The waves of the present smash from the sea. Let the boat of your longing into great chaos walk out of vision. Love in the wind.
Beautiful.
Oh, you want to go to the Battery now? We could go now. The Battery's still there. The Battery, of course, was... it's called the Battery because it was... there was a fort there that later became... There was a fort there that later became Castle Garden, that later became the aquarium that my mother used to take me to when I was a kid. It's still there, the little round house. And that's why it's called the Battery, because it had a battery of guns. And on the opposite side of Governor's Island, which is a fake island, artificial island, there was another roundhouse that's still there. And they were supposed to stop the British in the War of 1812. The wonderful thing about those two batteries is that they never fired guns in, what do they call it? In anger? No, They were never fired. They were never used. So those are the best weapons that are never used. But of course, that money could have been used for some better purpose. Just as today, what happens? An American company builds, makes munitions for the war in Iraq, and it destroys buildings in Iraq that are essential, like electric plants or, well, whatever those poor Iraqis need. And then they have to be rebuilt. So an American company, right, a minute, it'll only take a minute, but you'll be paying this for years. So an American company, Halliburton, goes and builds it up again. And I understand they're still building the embassy. That's the largest embassy in the world that will, in the green zone, where no one can get killed, supposedly. And that's going to house 2,500 people. I don't know, maybe there'll be 2,500 Iraqi, they should have a big graveyard there, I think, though. But the Americans have built it, and you'll pay for it. So, you know, Bush will cut your taxes too, so your grandchildren can pay for it. Well, maybe by then, as all the revolutionists said, every rebels, up the peaceful rebels, forward with the pacifist revolution.